Say cheese. Chee. You know, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but why write the same 1,000 words that the other 10 people who are selling the same item are writing? Hello, I'm your host, Jason Thrifts. And of course, I have a Spice Girls camera. Yes, I do. It was so funny today. I was like, man, I wish I had a camera to start this show. Oh, wait, I have a Spice Girls Polaroid. I've never put film in it. I don't know if it works, but a friend sent it to me. So it says proudly in my collection. All right, stop taking pedestrian photos. And what I mean by that is pedestrian means normal, boring, same. Don't do that no more. Do something to stand out in a crowd. That's what we're all about tonight. Yes, of course I have the Spice Girls camera. And that's what I want to show you, the different ways when I say I mean my team, since I don't take pictures anymore, but I train my team to take good outside the box pictures. And that's the other thing before we get the video rolling. If you have people working for you taking pictures, show them what you want and what you need. And then once they've kind of got it nailed, let them be creative. Some of the best angles, some of the best pictures that I use on a consistent basis came from employees who thought, I like it better this way. And it's an angle I wouldn't have thought of. And so let the people who work for you be creative, especially if they are creative. Let them, let them stand on their head and snap a picture. Maybe it'll be the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life. All right, without further ado, here's me.
Take pictures like everyone else takes pictures. I want you to
think outside the box. Now, I know that was a corny pun, but I want you to remember that because so many sellers and a lot of you watching, you take the same photos and make them look just like everyone else who has the same item for sale. How does that make you stand out in a crowded field? This is what you need to do. All right, so let's look at a couple of normal examples first. So here's a tiki mug, just straight up and down. Videotape, straight up and down. Move my mouse out of the way. Shirt on the front. Purse sitting on a table. Hawaiian shirt on a mannequin without arms. And a CD straight on. Okay, so those are all very normal. Those are all things I've done. Those are all things you've done. They're all things that everyone else does. So let's flip that. Let's think outside the box. Remember my box? All you got to do on records, cassettes, CDs, turn it a little bit on the angle. Everyone else is going to do this. You should do this. Okay, the first thing you got to do to make your picture stand out is you got to collage your pictures sometime. That means take multiple pictures and make them into one picture, because a CD for sure just needs the front to convey the topic to the buyer. But some things like a tiki mug will have art on the front and the name of the bar on the back. Well, you need to be able to show those in both your first pictures. So to do that, I use an app called Pics. It's one of my all-time favorite apps. I use it the most. It's available for both Apple and Android users. Pay $10 and get rid of the watermark. You can do it for free, but look professional. Pay the $10, get rid of the watermark. All right. So the front of this mug is one tiki. The back of this mug and the name of the bar is another tiki. And then the bottom shows who made it, the year it was made, and the designer. Now, of course, I have all those pictures following this, but we all know that a lot of our customers don't ever get past the first picture. So when I do tiki mugs, almost 100% of the time, it is Pics collage to show the front, the back, and the bottom. Now, this one wasn't your traditional tiki mug. It wasn't straight up and down. It was long ways. It's a fish skeleton. And so I had to think about it for quite a bit because I wanted to show, obviously, the side that had the name of the mug, Hungry Pirata. I wanted to show the front with the teeth coming at you, and I wanted to show the other side that didn't have the name on it. And so I had to go with a little bit of what I'll call a non-traditional setup, because this is pretty traditional. This is, angles. But again, this will stand out even more. Angle. Because no one else is going to do that and show you all three major sides in the opening photo. Ta-da! Okay, so not just tiki mugs. This was a popcorn bucket from Disneyland. It was Jack Skellington, and it changes color. So opening shot, I want everyone in the world who might want to buy this to see this is how it looks normally. And then in the dark, it might be orange, it might be green, or it might be purple. Boom. First picture showed everything. 4 different looks. Not one other person selling this popcorn bucket back last year had a picture like this. Now, this is one I just listed today. It is a promotional beach ball from one of my all-time favorite DJs, DJ Shadow. Him and Cut Chemist did an album together called The Hard Sell. And I can't even find anyone ever having one of these beach balls. And so the one side has the words, obviously, and the other side has their little robot logo. And so I had to fit both of those in. Initially, I thought I'd make the robot bigger, but I thought probably more important to make the words bigger. And so there is my opening shot. And the cool thing is, Pic Collage, this little subset picture is a new setting for them. I love it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Breaking news. When I was shooting this yesterday and I said, here's my DJ Shadow ball, while I was saying those words, it sold. As I was talking about it, it sold. And I thought $130 was going to be kind of a high end, but it went so fast, I think I undercut myself. And the one picture I don't think I shared in the rest of the video coming up is to make it fun, this beach ball. I took this photo of Zoe and Norma. We didn't have a beach, so just playing beach ball in the front yard of the office. And I thought, that's a different shot. I said, hey, let's go outside. You guys hit the ball back and forth. I'll take a few shots. We'll figure out which one looks the best. While I was talking about the picture, boom, sold. See how the universe works? Crazy. Okay, back to me. Okay, so this is one of my greatest finds from Buffalo Exchange. It's called a party suit for retired airmen. And this is what they wear to fun events after they retired. So it's a one-piece jumper. So you want to see that in the opening shot, but all these patches is kind of what makes it rare and what makes it more valuable. So again, in the opening shot, I had to show a lot of the patches up close. So boom, 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 boom. Nice and easy. All right. So I used to put 3-piece suits or 2-piece suits with a tie on my full size mannequin, head to toe mannequin. And when you take a square picture, and that's the shape that eBay gives you, it looked way too skinny. So I went with, let's put the jacket on a mannequin along with the tie and then hang the pants next to it, giving you a nice square shot, showing you the pants, showing you the jacket, and showing you the tie. Now, this is a pretty cool vintage Sands jacket. This shot looks fine, but how does this shot look? Isn't it better? Cropped in a little bit on the angle. It pushes the word Sands closer to the customer's eye. It really showcases it better than this does. The Sands kind of gets lost, but not here. Okay, when you have a hoodie, you should always have a mannequin with a head. How cool does that look? Show the hoodie up. No one shows the hoodie up. I show the hoodie up. You should show the hoodie up too. Now, if you don't have a mannequin with a head and you do have a mannequin, get one of them cheapy styrofoam heads and just stick it in there. It'll do the same job. It won't look as clean, but it'll work. But you want to get that up there and take a side shot of it up, take a back shot of it up. One thing that people think that when you have multiple items, that when you take a picture, the first picture showing them, people under this misconception that they have to be stretched out. There can't be any overlap. You have to show everything. And I say to that, poppycock, look at this Audrey Hepburn pillows. You get the gist of what the image is by the first one, but you can see there are 2 bigger, different shaped ones in the back. Fills up the square nicely. You don't have to show the whole thing in the first picture. Okay, this is a pretty cool cape, but it looks like somewhat of a regular jacket on this mannequin. And this is one of those rare times that I highly recommend a human mannequin if you have one nearby that fits the item, because when they're this weird and different, without a human mannequin, you can't really show how cool it looks. So there's Zoe. She runs my operations for me. And man, to have that contrasting white turtleneck on and stick her arms out now, and you can see how the belt's tied around her waist. Now you can fully appreciate how kick-ass and cool this cape is. All right, so back to a tiki mug. Straight on shot. That's what you need, and you should definitely have that shot. But here's a shot that no one ever thinks about. Ooh, how about a close-up of the eye? You know, this is a monster. It's a kraken. You know, make it a little scary. You can have close-ups of your items. They don't have to be always the full shot. This is Van Halen 3, the one Van Halen CD without Sammy Hagar or David Lee Roth, has Gary Cherone from Extreme. But they added a lot of extras in there. There's postcards and stickers and all kinds of stuff. Most people would make this their opening photo. Boring. This is your opening photo. Spread all the goodies out. Excite the customer. Let them see it from the get-go. I can't tell you how many times I have an item like this that has all these goodies, and every other seller just has this as their shot. Boring. No one's going to look at yours. Okay, cassettes, super easy. Besides sometimes being on an angle, just kick the cassette out like someone's about to take it out and go play it. It sets a mood. That's the one thing I love about cassettes over like CDs and records. You can pull the record out, but this gives me a feeling where the record just gives me the feeling that it's just sticking out. Okay, I use a lot of colored sand because it's tough to show glassware that has stuff on both sides if it's just empty. I do make a note, by the way, the sand doesn't come with it, but this was a Santa Claus tiki glass, and I normally put my tiki stuff on a tiki-looking background, but we had this wrapping paper laying around, and I thought it set the mood much better. I don't give two cares that eBay and Google says we should have white backgrounds. I sell plenty of cool shit that doesn't have a white background. Now, typically I'll use a white background on a lot of stuff, but sometimes the background calls for something different. Okay, if you have things that light up, I don't know how much more to impress this upon you. Light them up in a dark room. Okay, two things. Most people never turn the lamps on they sell, or things that light up that they sell. They never turn them on. Or if they do turn them on, they turn them on in a room with lights on. Well, that doesn't give you the effect. Look how cool this sipper and this popcorn bucket look from Disneyland and the electrical Main Street Parade. And also, these are a popcorn bucket and a sipper that you can be worn around your neck. So my assistant came in today and said, hey, you got two hooks? I want to hang them up so I can show people how they look hanging. I'm like, yes, I love that idea. Thinking outside the box. Don't make me put it back on my head. Again, like those pillows, you don't have to see both things. However, she should have moved over Pride a little bit so we can see the artwork a little bit better on Sunday Bloody Sunday. Because right now, all we're seeing is the arm, and we should have seen a little bit more of that. In fact, I probably would have flipped the two, but you get the picture. And look, don't get set in your ways. Like, I first looked at this and I thought it was fine. I put it in here as an example, but I'm going to leave it in here because she had the right thought, just the wrong execution. Red should have been on top, and then a little, and pull them apart just a little bit more. Okay, these are cowboy placemats. And why do I know they're cowboy placemats? Well, because they're made out of Wrangler jeans. And as you can see, this was a good shot. Shows all four of them, gives a little space. But man, did I love when my assistant did this shot. You know, fan them and then peel back the corner so you can see the bandana backing on the other side. Shows you all kinds of good angles. I tell you, a lot of times when people have four of the same thing in any kind of set, sometimes they only show one item, even though it says four. And sometimes they just stack them on top of each other. Fan them out. You know, make it picturesque. Think outside the box. Aha. Okay, this is a scarf, Hawaiian scarf, vintage, for funny, I just realized she has it backwards. It's Mauna Kea Kona coffee. So this is one way to do it. There it is. This is another way to do it. But even better, hey, you got a mannequin with a neck? Look how cute that looks, because that's kind of the way a woman would wear this scarf. So again, you're kind of setting the mood of like, oh, that's how it look on my neck. Okay. No one else does that. You should. Okay. So same thing. Winter scarf. We took the normal pictures, but we also took the scarf on the mannequin, all bundled up. All right, now I am all for taking pictures in the photo studio. It's very neutral, keeps everything same, but some items deserve to be someplace besides the photo studio. For instance, this Tonka front loader would have been fine in the photo studio, but boring. And I happened to look across to my neighbor's house, and I said to my assistant, go over there and take pictures. So this is on the sidewalk leading up to their house, but look how cool that looks. If that was sitting on a gray background in my photo studio, boring. All right, Scrabble. This Scrabble box is the one I grew up playing. It's in a very plain blue box with just the word on. That's it. This is a cool opening shot. You put that box on the angle, show the board in the background. Definitely different, but even better. And there's the box. See how boring? Boring. But how about even better? Why are we moving? Even better is, especially, Scrabble's the one thing you can do this with. Spell some words out. Fun for everyone. Tiki Pug music. That's me. Totally Scrabble with the B a little cocked like it's getting ready to get played. And, purchase me for fun you could have done. Think of ways to use the tiles. Send those not so subliminal messages. Look how cool that looks. That is awesome. Thinking outside the box. These pictures of the Beatles came in the White Album. And if you look in the right-hand corner, they all have a hole in them. The record was punched for a promotional item along with these pictures. Now, this shot is fine, but this shot's great too. So, yes, we want this shot in for sure. We're showing all the pictures, but we really want to make sure if the customers take the time to look at all our pictures, they can see the promotional hole in all the pictures so they don't get them and go, what the hell is this hole? Nice close-up of all four in one shot. All right, so here's this little charm bracelet I got from Trader Sam's in Disneyland. Fine picture sitting on the ground there. Doesn't that look so much cooler? I got my little hand mannequin, like it's holding the whole thing. It's just so much cooler. And no one else is doing that. That's the thing. Whether it's cool or dorky or whatever, if it's something different than everybody else, you will win. Hey, Tiki Mug. Yes, I'm going to have this shot in there, but oftentimes when you're at bars, if they got something to resell that might be good money, like a Tiki Mug, do they have a coaster with their name on it? Do they have a napkin with their name on it, or even a swizzle? If you can get a freebie here or there and add it to your item, it really enhances it. So instead of this being the opening picture, this is the opening picture with the coaster, because people like that little added extra. A bunch of people have this mug for sale, but hardly any have it with the coaster. And most, when they have the coaster, they put it down flat. Boring. Stand it up. Show the words. All right. Most people would put their videos, like I showed those CDs earlier. It's almost like dominoes offset. Much, much cooler this way. Okay. Feels the square nice and just has some nice aesthetic to it. This is a Hawaiian shirt that is called a reverse print, meaning the print on the inside is more vibrant than the outside. People often ask me why. I don't know. That's just a style for old Hawaiian shirts. We want to show in the opening photo both the outside print and the inside print. And the thing to do is have a mannequin with articulated arms so you can do cool shit like this. Holding the shirt open. Anytime we have a jacket, it holds the jacket open. It really adds to it things that no one else does. Now, it took me a while to figure this out. I've had mannequins with articulated arms for a long time. And I thought, well, why don't we just have the arm hold the shirt open? Boom. You can see the outside, the inside, and it's a cool looking shot. All right. Also, you can do fun things. If all the fingers move, do fun things like, hey, man, I'm in this, vintage Levi's jacket. Thumbs up. Yeah. We do the shaka when we're doing Hawaiian shirts. We do peace when we're doing anything that revolves around like the Grateful Dead or Woodstock. So use those fingers if you can. Now, how cool does this black mannequin look on a black background? What? You can't see it? That's the point. And the point to when I said, don't listen to the poppycock that you always have to use white, because taking a picture of this almost all white hoodie on a white background would do no good. no good. But black mannequin with a black background, it's like magic. I love it. Now, speaking of that mannequin, boom. Have you ever thought of putting the backpack that you're selling on the mannequin so you can show the customer how it sits on the back? I bet you haven't. I bet you will now, though. And the same with the purse. Throw it over the shoulder. Throw it over the forearm. However you hold the purse, throw it over there. Show how far the drop is. That's what it shows. Yes, take normal pictures of it sitting on a table, but then throw it on the mannequin arm. And, we saw that 4-video set. I take all my videos on this a little bit of the angle, especially the sealed ones. It shows the logo of the movie company on the cellophane on the left side. And it adds depth. Always taking a picture straight on adds no depth. On an angle will give you some depth. And the angle don't have to be much, just enough. Now, ties are long and skinny. What do you do with them? This. Now, you need this picture too, but this really shows it up close and personal and fills the square up very nicely. And that's it. So thank you for watching How to Think Outside the Box.
And I've been your host, Jason Thrifts. See you around the thrift store. Bye-bye.
Hey, all right. I loved the fact that all of you had some ideas in the chat. Like, I could see the wheels turning. I could see the light bulbs going off. So if you got some that you could think, gang, this could use a collage, this could use a mannequin, go retake those. But definitely going forward, today, tomorrow, this weekend, next week, the next batch you list, no matter what platform it's on, if it involves you taking pictures, be creative. Stop looking like everyone else. Think outside that box. All right? Oh, thank you, Debbie. All right. And someone said picture contest. I like that idea. So, Debbie, let's get together tomorrow and come up with some ideas for the rules. And it'll have to be a picture in a listing. Doesn't have to be sold right away, but who can come up with the coolest picture? I'll put together a little panel of judges, and it'll push you guys even further to do something creative. I like that idea a lot. So, all right, awesome. Thank you all very much. Good to see you. And, I'll be back next Thursday and Sunday. Have a good evening, everybody. And I will catch you around the thrift store. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.